It seems like you guys really enjoyed my first community choice comparison video for Asphalt Legends Unite, and I think it's partly because the 911 Turbo 50 Years is the new Legend Pass exclusive car hunt vehicle that you can get by the time you watch this. For this week's comparison, we're shifting from high-speed boats to some agile monsters from classes A and S. I posted a poll a while back asking which cars you wanted me to test, and most of you wanted to see the Ferrari 499p Modificata of Class A face off against some Class S supercars, the Ferrari SF90, the McLaren Senna, and the Automobili Pininfarina Battista. All of these cars are rated between 4395 and 4572 with strong acceleration, excellent handling stats, great nitro efficiency, and lower top speeds for their classes. So this comparison is going to be close whether you like it or not. Let's see which of these cars will top the leaderboard once I get my hands on them. As always, if you like what you see here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Also, let me know what other cars in Asphalt Legends Unite you want me to compare, because we need to fill out this leaderboard I'm creating and show that Asphalt ranks their cars in a somewhat strange way. So whenever I post polls on my page, make sure you vote on what you want to see and which car you think will win. With that said, let's get started. Before we move on to the comparisons, how about some introductions? Starting with the low end of the spectrum, surprisingly we have a Class S car, the Ferrari SF90. Among all the Ferraris in this game, the SF90 is the fastest at 236 miles per hour, which would make it deadly as a Class A car. But it's not a Class A car, it's a Class S car. Its top speed matches that of the LaFerrari Aperta, which is in fact a Class A car. Moreover, the SF90 can only reach that top speed with perfect or blue nitrous engaged. Under yellow, red, and shockwave nitrous, its top speed is 228 miles per hour. But as I mentioned at the start of this video, top speed is only a minor factor in the cars I'm testing today. What they're mainly known for are their acceleration, handling, and nitro efficiency. The SF90 has incredible acceleration, second only to that of the Battista. Excellent handling with an acute drift angle, second only to the Senna. And like the other cars here, really good nitro efficiency. Acceleration might be the deciding factor since it's quite strong in this area, but we'll see how it performs before making that conclusion. Next up, we have the McLaren Senna, which is the slowest Class S car ever, at least when it comes to top speed. But honestly, the 5-star Class S cars from Lamborghini, Ferrari, Icona, and W Motors are all faster than this. Still, we're focusing on agility here, and the Senna is the most agile of the four. In fact, it's the most agile car in all of Asphalt with a handling stat of over 100. Other than its decent nitro efficiency and the top speed we mentioned earlier, it isn't the fastest in acceleration, holding the lowest stat of the four. Nonetheless, it compensates with its twitchy, incredible handling and insane drift speed. Will its handling help it reach top speed on both of our tracks? Next, we have the Automobili Pininfarina Battista, which is essentially the Italian version of the Rimac Nevera. Both cars have roughly the same horsepower, similar quad motor setups, and use the same type of batteries. You can easily identify each based on looks, but performance-wise, while the Nevera has a higher top speed, Pininfarina intentionally limited the Battista's top speed to make it more of a grip-oriented car rather than a top-speed hooligan. That's probably the only aspect where Asphalt's arcade game accurately portrays vehicle realism. Among the four cars we're testing today, the Battista is the fastest at 238 miles per hour and the quickest with an acceleration stat over 87. It also has the worst handling of the group, but not by much. I haven't maxed it out yet, but I believe it can reach a handling stat of around 80. Still lower than the other cars we're testing today, but do its top speed and acceleration make it good enough to outperform the competition? Finally, we have the Ferrari 499p Modificata, our only Class A car here, and ironically, the highest ranked car of the four at 4572. Despite that, here are its real stats. It'll do 232 miles per hour, which is just as much as the McLaren Senna, making it the slowest car here. It has an acceleration stat of 84, which is good, but third lowest of the four. It has a handling stat just above 85, which is also good, but again, third lowest of the four, and it has a nitro stat just under 78, making it second best, which also means the car can keep boosting for days. The 499p Le Mans hypercar won the 24 hours of Le Mans 3 years in a row, with its latest win occurring last month with the car driven by F1 legend Robert Kubica. The Modificata was released well before then and was meant to be a Le Mans hypercar that anyone could buy, provided they had a top-tier relationship with Ferrari, the money to cover the costs of purchasing the car, renting out a track for a day, and hiring a team to prep the car and give you adequate lessons. In Asphalt, however, the 499p Modificata is part of Elite A, but the track we race on, Metropolitan in Paris, favors cars with higher top speeds rather than just incredible handling. That's why people normally choose either the Countach or the Vision 111. Though now, with the Silver Lightning transitioning from Asphalt 8 to Asphalt Legends Unite and replacing the Countach in Elite A, maybe players will turn to that car instead. Who knows? What we need to know, however, is if the 499p Modificata's ranking reflects its performance against these equally ranked Class S exotics. So here are your 4 cars, and like before, we're racing at 1000 Minarets in Cairo and Straights and Hairpins in Auckland. Let's see which one comes out on top. So, there you are. What did we learn from race number 1? Well, 1000 Minarets has always been a track that tests top speed more than anything else, and the fastest car here is the Pininfarina Battista. Even with it having the lowest handling stat of the 4, it still maintained a reasonable distance from the other 3 cars, even at the long roundabout. Another thing to note is that the 499p Modificata outran the Senna here, even though both vehicles have the same top speed. Why? The 499p accelerates faster, and the additional boost it gains during its initial drifts gave it the distance needed to keep the Senna at bay. With that said, let's head to Straights and Hairpins in Auckland, a track that prioritizes handling, and see if things are different. That is very interesting. There's no change here either. The Battista comes out on top with its acceleration and high top speed, yet has good enough handling to maintain that lead over the SF90, 499p, and Senna. In fact, if anything, the only noticeable difference is how close each car is to the others. So yes, they are high on our leaderboard, but they're also tightly packed in the space. I also ran a poll asking which car would take both tracks, and unfortunately many of you said the 499p would. While it gave a good fight, our top ranked car here, the 499p Modificata, finished third on both tracks, with the SF90 and Battista finishing ahead of it. So once again, you missed the mark, but don't worry, we've got more comparisons coming as long as I can make them. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison. Stay tuned next week for another one, as 3 similarly ranked British sports cars compete for bragging rights. I'll also be posting polls to find out what other comparisons you'd like to see, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you want your voice heard. Feel free to comment on what comparisons you'd like to see if they aren't listed in the polls. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, as it really helps me out. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you later.